Welcome, wise investors, to another winner's financial market report. This report has been through a lot for the past few years. At one point, it was known as the daily financial market report. I know some of you guys probably remember that. At the early stages of the Forex helper, it didn't even exist. There was no financial market report. But it seems like it might be a whole daily thing again, especially with the frequency of reports that I need to come out, because there's a lot of information that needs to be out there, a lot of information that needs to be understood. It's important to have wisdom. It's not enough to just have the knowledge, but if you don't apply the knowledge, then you're better off not having it. It's not enough to just know it. You have to apply what you know. So this is going to give those of you who are serious about being a winner in the online investment arena an opportunity to really put this into practice. So I said I was going to talk about that on the next video if I didn't forget the point. It seems like I haven't forgotten the point, which is good. It's important to understand what a wise investor is. Now, because I have a timer, which is good, it allows me to focus more on the point at hand, because I tend to kind of digress. But it's for a good reason, because I'm talking about things that are important also. And so it offshoots, but I don't want to spend too much time talking about that. Like, I have to restrain myself from bringing up another point about how I came across the concept of being a wise investor. I'll just say this. If you read the ebook, you'll see that it was there. I came up with that idea while writing that ebook. It was one of those aha moments, just like all the other things that have happened up until this point have been aha moments. I talk about that in the ebook as well. So because of the time constraint that I've forced on myself, let me get to this video and let me get to this report, and let's together have a better clarity, a better understanding. So where are we? I went over all these things: the welcome, the introduction, stop loss and take profit, a little bit of the setting up loss, stop loss and take profit. Read these things for yourself so you can understand them. And don't just skim over them. Muse on it. Contemplate. Take your time to think about. Do your research. See? Invest in your mind. Do what it is to get that understanding. See? Look, you're searching, right? You're searching for something valuable, right? That valuable thing you're searching for is that wisdom. So it's not enough to just take your shovel and plow into the ground a few inches and then give up. No, you're searching, right? So you have to research and continue to research. You dig deeper and you dig deeper and you dig deeper. You research, you keep searching. You're repeating that search, that process that you had at the beginning when you first plowed that shovel into the ground. And I'm digressing again, but it's important to say this. But it's important to have that understanding. So read it and understand it. That's why at the beginning of this document, I say it's a crucial point to note. Very important, very crucial. It's a crucial point. Make sure to read the whole report and fully grasp its contents. Understand it. This report has a lot of insight, so please understand it. Okay? And I say that politely. I'm not upset. I get all excited and riled up. So that's just my personality. And I have less than 5 minutes. So let's go. Let's go to the next point. Here on this report. I went too far here. Okay, I talked about margin level percentage. Just a quick review. It used to be 1,000 level percent. It's 3,000 now. Why is it 3,000? Because the markets are increasingly volatile. They're going to become even more volatile. 3,000% is highly conservative, guys. If you keep it there, then you know you're being conservative. So this will help prevent, for those of you who keep on thinking to yourself, why do I keep losing money? I keep blowing my account. What is going on? Well, this is going to answer 90% of your questions. 90% of that question, really, of why you keep losing your money in your trading account. And that's because your margin level percent is like, read the ebook. I talk about that. Okay. All right. So let's go forward. Let's move forward and let's look into understanding long-term strategy. Long-term strategy. Understanding long-term strategy. Wow. If I go too far deep into this, then I won't open up the account. But there's a reason why the ebook is being brought up at this point. The wise mindset. That I wrote about that. I wrote an article, a blog article, which for some reason, I don't know what I did with that blog article. Now that I think about it, that was the very first blog article I wrote. I think I know why. It was on the Forex helper. I think I got to go back and look for that. I'm going to go back and dig up that article. I wrote about that. Yes, I did. Okay. But here, let's talk about these things. Let's go here and close out this account, right? And while we're closing out this account, we'll talk about these things. If this is your first video that you're watching and you're seeing a negative account, there's a reason for it, okay? And I only have about 2 minutes. And if I take and use up those 2 minutes to talk about the reason behind that, then I'm going to be wasting the purpose of this video. So, but just quickly speaking, this account is being closed out. So that's why. When you're closing out the account, depending on what you're closing out, you're going to have a fluctuation in the way that the account is being presented. So that's all. But the account is profitable. It's been using the Forex Helper strategy. And I encourage you to also use the Forex Helper strategy. Test it out for yourself so you can see how that works. I'm waiting for the market to open for the stock market, the New York Stock Exchange. It's 5:50 Pacific Standard Time right now where I am. And I can't close out the stocks yet, but I will close them out today. And I will open up new trades. And I won't only just open up new trades, I'll open up new trades in specific ways. And some of you who have been following from the beginning of the series probably already know what I'm talking about. And that's the MyFX book accounts that are going to reflect specific types of accounts based on the assets that are being invested in within those accounts. Okay? Here's a Zcash. I'll close that out for whatever the profit is. That's not a lot. Now, I said that I was going to talk about long-term investing, understanding long-term investing. I'll be quick on it because Yep, that's why. So I'll be quick on it. Let me just give myself about maybe 3 minutes. Now, I know, I mentioned this before. I know that it's not a very popular position to stand on. I laugh because a memory just came to mind. I remember in my earlier years of doing the Forex Helper, and by the way, you can still access the Forex Helper. If you type it in the browser, it'll just point to Win University, because that's what Win University is. It's an offshoot from the Forex Helper. Okay, the Forex Helper was just the seed. Okay, Win University is the tree, and it's still sprouting, and it will bear fruit by the grace of God. So, long-term investing, I know that's not a very popular understanding or popular concept in the Forex world. I laughed a little bit about a memory. I remember when I was doing the Forex Helper in the WhatsApp group, and there was one guy, he made a comment, and it stuck with me till this day. He said, "You're crazy." He said, "You're crazy." This was when I first introduced the concept of long-term trading. Now, this was the transitioning from having people use the shorter aspect of the Forex Helper strategy, which I didn't even know that it was a Forex Helper strategy back then. I'm telling you, things evolve. They progress. I was using the Forex Helper strategy, and I didn't even know that that's what it was. What I mean by that is this. I came up with the concept, and I talk about it in my ebook, but I only have less than a minute, so I'll close out with this. Of current market value, current market movement. Okay? And there's another aspect of it. I won't go into that right now. Okay, so with those concepts in my studies of the market, I realized a few things. And what I realized was you could indeed, in fact, utilize the Forex currencies as the same way you would utilize a stock market share, which means you can invest in that currency long term. Okay, I'm going to go, and we will talk more about that concept as well as other concepts that I need to discuss and talk about. And I'll always close on this note. I want you to remember that if you're following this series and you're following everything that I'm teaching you about, remember that you are a wise investor. And as you are a wise investor, you will one day reap the benefits of your investment. And that investment is in your mind to understand these concepts, to understand these things. So remember that when you do that, you're a winner. It's not a form of flattery or anything like that. If you read the ebook, you'll understand a little bit of that, at least from the seed form. But if you continue to follow what I'm saying, you'll be able to fully understand more and more of what I'm talking about. So yes, only winners. Now, I'm talking about from the perspective of the online investing world. I'm not talking about life here, because life to me is not Win University. I'm going to just tell you that right now. Okay? That's not what life is all about. Not to me, at least. I just have a gift that I'm willing to share. So I'm using that gift to share. And we both can benefit mutually from this. So that's what I'm doing, amongst other gifts that I prefer to share. But I'm digressing, and I'm supposed to end this video. Only winners invest in their minds for wiser returns.